Welcome back. Here we have another video in our long lesson of GIMP. Today we're going to be working with how to remove the background from an image that does not have a solid color as the background. So if you recall, what we've done in the past is we've used an image like this to remove the green, and that's similar but different than removing the background from an image such as this. So if we look here, we have a beautiful image of an old man throwing what looks like bird feed to birds, but we want to get rid of this background to put him in front of something else. However, we can't do it the same way that we've done in the past. What we want to do is what I've shown you in the past is to use the magic wand tool. That won't work in this situation because the magic wand selects by color, and since this background has many different colors. I know it has a lot of green, but it's got some dark, it's got some lights, many different colors. So let's look at how. So we have to drag in the picture, or just as we've done before, if you hold Control on your keyboard and click on if you click on the image or the file of the image, open with GIMP. Okay, I'll show you that again. So if you already have a canvas such as your border, such as your banner, if you're already working with an image such as your banner, you want to drag it into a canvas that already exists. But in this situation, we don't have that, and we're just going to start from scratch. Open with GIMP, and then it'll open up right in GIMP. Look at that. Okay. Now, just as a reminder, I got this image from the internet. This is not a picture that I took. So if we look at our directions again, once we have the picture in GIMP, we want to scale/fake scale to get it ready, or to prepare it to be edited. So if we grab our scale tool, the scale tool, right above the A in my situation, it might be somewhere else for you, but if we grab the scale tool, click on the image, and again, if yours moves, if yours changes in any way, you want to make sure that you click on reset, and then you're going to click on scale. Alright, look at that. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see what we're doing. Okay, so now, what's next on our list? We need to use the Lasso Select tool. This is a new tool for a lot of us. The Lasso Select tool to trace the area to delete. Okay, so if we look at our tools, which is over to the left, the third tool on the top row from the left, we see right here is a lasso, much like a cowboy or cowgirl's lasso. So we're going to select our lasso, and much like a cowboy or cowgirl would use their lasso to select a cow or a horse or something they're trying to wrangle, we're going to choose our background. Let us begin. Okay, so now, if you see, before we get going with the lasso tool, it's extremely important that we understand that once we have done our scale, it should say scale over in our yellow history tab, as we can see here. Okay, I just did the scale. Now, if while you're using the lasso tool, you accidentally make a mistake, see I accidentally cut off some of the old man's face, of course, your inclination, your first instinct would be to hit Command Z to undo it. But do not hit Command Z, because if we hit Command Z, we'll see, oh, I just hit it, and look, this is still here, and all we've done is taken a step back. Okay? All we've done is taken a step back and we've now undone our scale, which is not what we want, okay? It is extremely important that if you make a mistake like this, you select another tool. If you see here, I selected this tool and our lines went away, and then you go back to the lasso tool, okay? So if you make a mistake, don't hit Command Z, because that will undo your scale. You cannot undo your scale. Do not undo your scale. If you hit Command Z, that's what it'll do. But if you select another tool, such as any other tool in this whole toolbox, those lines will go away, and you can start again. Okay? Okay, so if we click, if you notice, I'm clicking all around the old man to begin. Let's see here. Now, I would much rather select or I would much rather leave a little bit of the background around the old man than accidentally cut off his arm. You want to be safer more so than sorry. So while we're doing this, I'm clicking many times, and I'm going to find myself going all the way around. Now if you notice, I could click a lot of times over here, or I could just put my mouse all the way at the corner, boop, and then I have a nice long straight line. Alright, and then I'm going to click, and I'm going to close. If we look right here, I'm going to close the selection lasso to confirm my selection. So if we look right here where my mouse is, this spot is turning yellow. It's because that's the original spot that we started with. In order to confirm my selection, I'm going to click right there, and all of a sudden you'll see that these lines, they turn into selection lines. Oh, I may have messed up a little bit there, but that's okay. Okay, so now we have our old man selected. Now, it's important, and I should have put this in, that we hit Command-I to invert our selection. Now let's talk about what the word invert means. Now, invert is a synonym for opposite. In this situation, it means they mean they are different. So, for example, opposites could be up, down, hot and cold, peanut butter and jelly, ham and cheese, inside, outside, left and right, opposites. Black and white is another good example. So if we take a look at this keyboard command, we're going to hit Command-I, and that will flip our selection from being on the old man to being everything other than the old man. For example, if we were to hit Command-X right now, you might think that it would cut out the old man, because that's what we selected before. But since we hit Command-I, that will flip our selection, and now if I hit Command-X, it will cut out everything except for the old man and this bench, because those are together. So if I hit Command-X, it's going to cut out everything except for the old man and the bench. So the trees will be gone, the pond will be gone, the bird that's trying to get away from the old man will be gone, and here we go, Command-X. Would you look at that? So, in this situation, now that we have the old man, we could eventually put him in front of the Empire State Building, or we could put him in front of a barn, or we could put him in front of a picture of Mount Vesuvius, whatever you'd like. So, what's next in our direction? Step number 5, Command-Shift-A. This is something that keeps popping up. Command-Shift-A, unselect. Now, if we look here, we can only do anything. I'm going to show this with the paintbrush. We can only work in the area outside the old man. For example, I'm trying to draw over the old man, but I cannot because I only have what used to be the pond and tree area selected. So I'm going to hit Command-Z to undo all that nonsense I just did. So if we look back here, step number 5, Command-Shift-A, unselect. I like a little song, Command-Shift-A, unselect. Command-Shift-A, unselect. It helps me remember. I hope it helps you too. Command-Shift-A, unselect. All right, now ladies and gents, let's test that theory. We can see that the lines disappeared, but let's see. Can I draw over the old man? I can! Oh man, goodness gracious, let's get rid of that. Command-Z. Okay, so now, if we look to step number 6, carry on. Maybe go do something nice for someone. That's nice. But you could also, step number 7, you could also carry on with your GIMP work. Okay, so at any point, if you want to go back and redo, I'm going to hit Command-Z to undo everything, and I'm going to start again just so you can see. So, we put the picture in GIMP, we did the scale tool, we used our scale tool, we scaled. Now, of course, we didn't change the size, so we did what's called a fake scale. You might want to do a real scale in this situation, but we did a fake scale. We used our Lasso Select tool. I'm going to do a much faster lasso this time. And of course, if you look back, we have to hit Command-I, because Command-I stands for invert. Just as I want to say, this will be on a quiz. Command-I, invert. Command-I, invert. It's nice and easy to remember because invert starts with the letter I. Now, there's no I in team, but there is an I in invert. So if you hit Command-I, that'll flip our selection to the opposite of what it was. We used to have the old man, now we have everything else. It used to be the old man, now it's everything else. Okay. Look back to step number 4, Command X to cut out area to remove from canvas. Command X, look at that, it's gone. Okay, step number 5, Command Shift A, unselect. Command Shift A, unselect. Now if we zoom in, we can see there is some remaining nonsense around the old man that we don't want. That can just simply be erased now that we have unselected. So if you want to use the erase tool, you can go around the old man and just get rid of it. But that, I'm not going to show you every step around that, but that's something you can continue to do. And look at this, ladies and gents. Maybe it's a good idea to hit Command Shift S to save whatever you're working on. It's going to load for me because my computer is running kind of slow. Old man in park.xcf, picture file as always, and save. Good job, ladies and gents. Thanks for watching. Have yourself just the greatest day, and don't be afraid to high five somebody next to you. See you later.